Until you find a way to make money work for you while you sleep, you're going to kill yourself. You're going to die working for money until you die. And one thing you don't want to do is outlive your money. That's a terrible situation to be in, folks. And but insurance is the key. It's the key. And you better get it while you're healthy. See, like me, I got a heart situation now, and I can't get any more insurance. So therefore, I had to go work harder now for income producing assets that are basically, but I'm gifted. I can do that. So many people can't.
It's just mindset, man. And you got to pick a book up.
Yeah.
You got to, man. You like, I'm sorry, man. Y'all got visual books today. It's called YouTube. Like, you got to pick a book up. Like, it's just no way around this shit. It's literally no way around it.
Well, what a very special podcast we have here today. In studio here in Frisco, Texas, we got none other than Mr. Waka Flocka Flame in the house. And Waka, you introduced me. I'll give you the honors to introduce to the podcast the gentleman you wanted me to connect with.
A mentee, a mentor, Cedric Brown. He's from Texas, Mr. Texas to me. He's a trust specialist and a guy that I'm eager and happy that I can learn from.
Very cool. Cedric, nice to meet you, sir.
Hey, man. Nice to meet you, too. Pleasure.
Appreciate you dropping by, big dog. Very good. So you said Dallas has been very good to you, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Your entire career?
Texas. Texas always showed me love, man. Always. Like, Texas is they put a lot of food on my table.
So you talked about that when you were at our event, that you used to do shows, like you were building your brand, but you booked out, it was a smaller show. It wasn't necessarily the big venues, but can you tell us about that? How you booked the smaller venues to become
the open mics,
become the name you are.
All of the small things count. So in business, I always know that the small things in business count. I learned that today.
Yeah.
I think that's where you could build your core fan base because people are actually paying attention to what you're doing. Because when you're in these small markets, there's no gimmicks. Yeah. It's you. Mm-hmm. And it's people that actually love who you are to give the gimmick. They'll be a part of it because they're like, I was there from day one. He deserved to be doing this. You need those kind of people with you in any fashion of a business and in life, well, in America.
Yeah.
You're going to have a core fan base. You're going to have to.
100%. And so when you're looking at our conversation from, a year and a half ago, Skip the Matrix event, you're talking on our stage, and we're connecting the dots. You know, I've always felt that there's, financial services or specialists in their field. And you and I had been going back and forth in terms of insurance. Then, about a month ago, 2 months ago, you shoot me a text and said, "Bro, you got to meet this guy. You were very passionate about your introduction to Dr. Cedric. How come?"
Because I trust him, and I trust you with insurance, and I think it'll help people, vice versa myself. I think the more people I help, the more God is willing to help me, right? Because if God put you in a spot to be somebody and do something, and be a better you, easier than the next. Why would you not think about people that's in harder spots? So I feel like if y'all connected, it's just an impact a lot of people because y'all unapologetic and y'all no bullshit. Like it's just no bullshit with y'all. So if y'all connect, I think it'd be way better because people already trust what you do, and he had 5,000 plus people that trust what he do. So if you was to connect those numbers and teach people vice versa, y'all like the Pippen and Kobe in each other's life. That's needed.
Love it, man. So, Dr. Cedric, talk to us about that doctor part of your name, sir.
Well, doctor comes basically from, I'm an engineer by trade. At the age of 17, Texas Instruments put me through college, gave me a top secret clearance, taught me how to build missiles called high-speed anti-radiation missiles that was used in the Persian Gulf War. So from 17, about 8 years of my life, he paid for my bachelor's degree and engineering technology degree. But then, life taught me basically, gave me a doctor's degree per se. So I did get honorary doctors from Harvard Christian Academy University. And based off the things that I've done, the difference that I've made, what I've given to society and the community and so on. So so that's what that's really been all about. So that's where I got the doctor status from, and which now I actually own part of a university, which is called the Kingdom Heritage University. And we actually give out, we're accredited university. We actually give out associates, bachelor's and master's degrees, and also honorary doctorate degree. I know you got yours, right?
I don't. I have my PhD.
Okay,
My public high school diploma.
All right. Well, from what I've heard about you, you got to get that honorary doctorate degree because I think you deserve it based on the things that you've done and achieved, and maybe we can probably work that out in the next few weeks.
Dang, imagine that.
All right.
I could be a doctor, Dr. Sapala.
That's how
Money,
you go.
not money, maybe money doctor, but
Well, you are a doctor.
We'll find a way to earn it, for sure.
Yes, yes.
So how did you and Waka connect?
Well, basically, the way we connected, he has a friend, and she's one of my actually representatives that actually helped market the trust. And I think they educated him about me and who I was. They knew he was in the market to look for a trust. And he finally got to meet me, which, I thought he was part of the Diddy crew or something and need to be saved. but as I got to really get to know him.
No Diddy, yeah?
He really asked me that. I'm like, what?
But as I got to really understand who he was and how different he was and how down to earth he was and how sincere he was. And then I did a little bit more research about him and started looking at the financial literacy stuff that he's done on social media and so on. Yeah. I said, this young brother really got it going on. So, we need to really talk, and I educate him and I empower him and really show him the truth. Because the truth is the only thing going to really set us free. Yeah. And that's what I'm all about, is the truth. And we definitely have a way to set people free. And I just, decided that I'd like to have him a part of my organization. We decided to partner up. Mm-hmm. And, now we're getting ready to introduce what you call the Trust Up Wealth Group. Basically, a group of young entrepreneurs that we're getting ready to pull together. We're finna teach them financial literacy. We're finna get them to a six-figure, type of an income. Then we're going to really start showing them what real money is all about and how money works for you instead of you working for money.
Yeah, Dr. Martin Luther King said something very powerful. I remember I was reading about him in high school. He says, if there's something that you want to give a man, it's economic empowerment.
Absolutely.
Because I'm born and raised in Chicago. And I realized that the moment that I didn't have economic empowerment, nor ways to find economic empowerment, I want to steal it from somebody else that's got it. I want to rob somebody of it because they got it, or blame somebody that got it.
Well, right? It's free. You can take advantage of it.
For sure. Yes. And so when you're looking at where was Waka's level of financial? Because he's much different than a lot of artists and celebrities I've met. Like even right now, I said, wow, what was your favorite song, man, of all your hits? And I'm playing No Hands, right? And he's like, that sounds cool. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Man, everybody's vibing to that stuff, or
they really are. I mean,
let's do this, right? But he doesn't have an attachment to his music. I mean, what made him different to you?
Well, he understands that he has a gift, he has talents, he has skills, and he don't take those for granted, but he keeps himself humble, number one. And his main thing, the mission is the mission. He's staying focused. He's not letting himself be distracted, because in that industry, you could easily be distracted like so many others have been, So that's what I love about him. When I look at the education system, most of us have been miseducated. And, he's been educated for his business, entertainment, fame, family. I mean, he's been through a lot. And for him to be as young as he is and have now, determined and deciphered what his true purpose and gift is and what he really wants to leave to society and this world and impact that he want to make, I mean, it's extraordinary. Because when I look at education, there's things that education just don't teach us. It don't teach you basically how to get an 800 credit score and maintain it and use it. It don't teach you how to get an LLC or a corporation and build credit for it and really be compliant with your business. It don't teach you about life insurance. It don't teach you about infinite banking. It don't teach you about the stocks and crypto and Forex and so on. It don't teach you about real estate. It don't teach you about health and holistic health and so on. And then definitely don't teach you how to become a man or a woman so that you could be a great husband or wife. And so you could be a absolute extraordinary parent. So that's deep, So what we decided to do is kind of partner up. We're getting ready to do a conference called the Trust Up Future Proof Wealth and Health Conference. And we're going to teach you these things. All right, we're going to give you these principles. And we're actually going out for the young adults. We want them to be a part of this. And we get ready to go on tour. You know how you go on music tour like Waka's been so many times? Hey, we get ready to tour and really teach people these particular principles that the education system didn't teach us.
Wow. So now Waka, you've been around a lot of people. A lot of people approach you with a lot of stuff. I mean, even today people approach you stuff. How do you pick the right partners? How do you make sure that you got the right guy in your corner? Because you can be enamored a lot by a lot of things that maybe people are enamored about. You're not that way.
I let the Holy Spirit do it. I let God lead me. I let my conscience do it. I just let. I'm a faith-based person, so instantly when I talk to people, I know like, nah, this ain't it. It's just a feeling.
You have a discernment.
Yeah, I can't even explain it because if I try to act like I know, I'm gonna always fail because I always failed that way. But when I always have feelings about people, I'm like, dang, person the truth. And then automatically it works. I'm talking about 10 out of 10 in my life it worked. From a kid to now. But everything I was like, nah, he's better because he got the car, he got this, he ain't shit. It just don't. I can't say he not shit. It just don't work for me. I can't explain what made me rock with Dr. Cedric Brown. I just know he the truth. Now, in my experience, I'm like, oh, this is why, and this is why, and this is why. I know exactly why, because he had honest words. Some people, when they use words, some words come with like destruction to me. So it's different. Like I'm the kind of person, like when you talk to me, I could see past your words. So I could see your words paint the pictures for me. And his words are just painting just, but strength. Like I'm like, damn, talking to Cedric, man, you get empowered. Like I thought I was empowered already, but I'll talk to him. I'm like, damn, this is what I was missing. This is the part about trust that I was missing, that people don't want to empower you. He was self-governing you. Like, yo, become your own. Like, you know how people like, oh, no, I don't trust this guy could be this, man. They scan, they this.
But you depend on you.
He cut the chain for that. He basically like, listen, this is what it costs to set it up. You learn on your own. Now, if you want somebody to teach you how to move from the chains to being free, that's going to cost. That shit ain't free, but it's free if you learn it. So that's what I like about Say. Everything around Say, it's free if you want to learn. But it costs if I got to do it. If I got to spend time, you got to spend money. If I got to pay attention, you got to pay money. That's just, I don't understand how people don't see past that. But if you just pay attention and you spend a lot of time listening to him, it's over. You'll be lit. And it's not, he's teaching the way, but you got to make it your way. So I love it, man. I'm not gonna lie, I like it. I love it.
When you're looking at, your experience with insurance, but something wasn't clicking. Like this.
Oh no! If I'd have met you being in my 20s, I'd been a multimillionaire for sure,
Okay.
Because your personality, you kind of person that'd be like, yeah, man, I just want 10%. Go ahead. This is the game. Now, some people could come back and like, yo, coach, how you do this? Oh, I just told you. How you do this? I just told you. Now that costs. Now, for a guy like you appreciate people that listen. You know what I'm saying? Like that, and that's the thing about it. I'm like that in my world. Like, if you listen, I'll be like, oh shit, you listen to this? Yo, take this. Yo, go talk to that person. Yo, meet him. Yo, you could do this too. They be like, oh snap. That right there, because people don't understand people in our positions, it helps us. It helps us grow. It stagnates us to have stagnated people. And it's just, I don't want to talk about people, but that's really what it is. Like, and I could tell y'all had the same exact ether, like the same exact one. Who knows what y'all two go create outside of us? Like, I can't wait. I just want to have front row tickets. That's why.
Well, we were doing it together. I mean, it's interesting how this conversation came about because I did a reaction video just several years ago about you putting millions of dollars into insurance. And people are thinking, man, is that legit? Is that legit? I mean, of course it's legit.
It don't sound legit, though.
Good to be true.
It's too, it only don't sound legit because you never heard it. That's like similar to people taking a herbal medicine. Like, nah, bro. Like, all you gotta do is eat asparagus, bro, to stop your headache or something like that. Like, nah, impossible, man. You gotta take Advil and aspirin. Like, all right, cool. You know, like you just don't know till you experience it. And sometimes it takes a lifetime for people to experience it. Sometimes it takes death in somebody's family to want to get insurance. People scared to talk about insurance because it's like talking about them dying. People don't want to hear about death, but I don't understand how you want to live and don't believe you're going to die. People don't want to talk about trust because they feel like it's like near-death experiences talking about it. But then for me, I trust so many people. How the fuck am I going to talk about trust? I trust myself so much, I trust everybody. Until you show me I shouldn't trust you. And that's when like nunchucks come out or something. Other than that, it's like, I don't know, man. Music showed me, man, you cannot, the world is, they are marketing hate today. It's my first time in 38 years of my life. I watch people blatantly disrespect the government, blatantly disrespect their elders, blatantly disrespect their mothers, their brothers, their sisters, their past friends, their relationships is in the open. It's full of hate. Like, I never seen that in my life. I never see people market so much stuff that's killing people, but they I don't know. So for me, I have to go the other way. And that's
Yeah, you look at the Super Bowl, the whole thing between Kendrick Lamar and Drake, like everybody's celebrating because another brother's put another brother down. I don't like that. I get that because maybe back in the day it was Cube and his relationships with his record company, but you look at people today and the whole West Coast, East Coast thing. But for me, my gut, my core, even though I understood it, I was never wanting to, monetize that or glorify that.
Yeah, but you see, a difference between like that situation, since you said something, I don't think it's more so Kendrick hating on a Drake. It's more so of the people winning, because Drake wasn't, not to say this, but he wasn't for the people on the ground that you're helping insurance. Those people is Kendrick Lamar kind of people.
Yeah. See, when the Drake song started from the bottom.
Wait.
But he ain't about the bottom.
Nah, he ain't start from Kendrick Lamar bottom.
Oh, I got it.
It's a different kind of bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he started from the bottom of an artist. This guy started from the bottom of society.
Yeah.
Nigga, you ain't grow up in Compton. You ain't grow up in no black neighborhood where it was tough.
Can't relate.
You grow around lawyers, accountants, and insurance agents, and this, that, and the third. Not saying that that he deserved more, but it's a different kind of struggle, and you shouldn't, as a person, you should never compare yourself to that. That's like me going to a third world country. Like, I know how y'all feel. Like, I'm from the hood. I'm from the trenches. But you watch them people come from the third world countries in my hood and become scholars, mathematicians, multimillionaires, billionaires. So what that's telling you, that's what humbled me. That's what took the hood out of me. I went around the world and I seen struggle. I actually seen oppression. And it wasn't people, it was mentality. It was the way people just think. So the way you thought about that Super Bowl, that's what got you thinking. How I seen the Super Bowl, I'm like, damn, that's my first time seeing this. Any colored folks. Like, and it's art though. See, I didn't see it as hate. Like Drake my dog. Kendrick my dog. Like, I seen it as art. For once, you got an artist that what everybody was crying and complaining for, he did it. He put the message, he put the now, and he put the art in the music. It just so happened it came at the face of a Drake. But Drake big, man. You think Kendrick Lamar gonna stop Drake? You out your fucking mind.
No way.
There's nobody that can stop him.
Did you buy into the subliminal messages of Kendrick Lamar?
As in?
The symbolism through his performances?
Leads me to another question. What happens when the paycheck and the income stops, but the mortgage doesn't? I've seen families lose everything, not because they were lazy, but because they didn't have a plan. And that's why I wrote the book, Keep the Keys. It's a blueprint to protect your home, your income, and your peace with real stories, real strategies, real results. And on August 20th in Dallas, I'm officially launching the book at my private networking and upscale mastermind event, Cigars, Wealth, and Whiskey. This isn't a seminar. It's a high-level networking experience and upscale mastermind for entrepreneurs, executives, and legacy builders. And for one night only, I'm bringing out a special guest. One of the most iconic names in comedy and culture, Marlon Wayans, as he shares his new cigar with us, Ligue Tridente. Now, there are only 200 seats available, and we just opened up a new set of tickets called Elite. Tickets if you want proximity around Marlon and myself. There's only 20 of those tickets available for sale. So if you're serious about protecting what you've built and learning how to never hand your keys back, this is where you need to be. Go to cigarswealthandwhiskey.com, grab your ticket, get the book, and keep your peace and keep the keys.
It's not subliminal to me when I already understand why. Kudos to him, man, for having rhino nuts and doing it.
Rhino nuts.
Yeah, he got rhino nuts for that, man. Thank you. It's again, man, when you put art, message, and now in music, fire. To me, that's what he did better than Drake. He put the art in it. He put the message in it. He put the now in it. He put the stuff people feel in their heart and they don't know how to articulate it. He did it. I never heard him say, hit him up, kill him, fuck that nigga, da-da-da. He ain't talking like that. It's very calm. That's why it stung. So, sometimes your truth hurts. And Drake probably needed it. Who knows what kind of devil was after Drake? Who knows who was using Drake as an example? Who knows who was using Drake as a messenger to lead people another way? Who knows that? Look how long Drake been winning in his world, right? Maybe he needed a time in his life where he could sit down and realize reality.
Yeah.
And not think it's based around music or this. I guarantee you, Drake, that he needed that. He needed that. He needed that. That was like a Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson moment for him. Look what he created out of Mike Tyson. It's the best Mike I ever seen in my whole entire fucking life. Ever. Do you think you could never fuck with Mike Tyson? Mike Tyson today, he's way, way worse than who he was at 18 today. Why? Because he's that on top of being genius. That's what makes him lethal.
Yeah.
So I respect it.
Love it. He's big in the weed business.
Yeah, I'm talking about that motherfucking Dave Chappelle funny, man. He would be super surprised too.
Yeah. Yeah, we had him at a conference a few years ago, and you get this close to him, man, you're like getting high rated, man. He's hotboxing without being in a hotbox.
I first got around, I had a gun in my pocket. They don't even know it. Well, I swear to God, because I was with the hype. I thought the man was going to trip out on you.
Right. Wow.
I'm dead ass serious too.
So from your perspective, what was your where you processed the halftime show? Specifically Samuel L. Jackson. I want to know from you, Samuel L. Jackson rolling that.
Yeah, he's more of my era, and to see him in the position that he was, and for them to choose him for the part that he played when it comes to what's happening in the world politically, it gave us as African Americans definitely a voice. It brought the attention to us because we are very talented, and gifted, and skilled. I mean, we built America. And as I see this young generation, doing the things they're doing, I related back to Waka. I look at myself when I was young, Waka, which I'm about 60 years old now, but meet him, we're always one person away from making us see some things, recognize some things, hopefully to put some things in perspective. It taught me to stop for a minute. I had to listen from another generation that could teach me some things, and I had to be humble enough to accept that and make sure they would, definitely make me a better person. And I look at the Super Bowl, Drake, he has a song out, say, God's plan. God always has a plan. Mm-hmm. And I think Drake understands the plan, and what's happening right now is definitely necessary for things to come out the way that God, plans for it to be. So, so I think America has definitely had something to see, and that was a great opportunity to see it, at a football game like that. Now, my team wasn't there. Now, my Cowboys wasn't there. But still, I pushed that aside and just let it be what it's going to be.
My Bears were
Okay, I understand. So, yeah, man, I mean, when I look at artists like him, and I look at artists like, Waka, I mean, they're very special, and they're definitely here to make an impact in this day and time. And it's just a pleasure, to see God's plan, for God to put Waka in my life to now help me understand it's time to go to another level. Guys like you and I, we great. We've done some great things. I've had the mansions, been financially secure for a very long time, but it's not just all about that. It's about us being able to make a difference, to touch other people's lives. And that's basically what this union of meeting people like yourself, if it hadn't been for insurance, I wouldn't be who I am today. I'm going to tell the world that. That insurance business teaches you a lot. That's one of the most powerful, most biggest financial industries in the world. They're bigger than banks. I'm just going to be honest with you. So those
banks need insurance.
Yeah, absolutely. And then with all the different programs out here now that exist that didn't exist in the past, you need to get educated. I always tell people this year it's the 5 R's. I said you need to repent for what you don't know, repent for things that you've done that you didn't know, and also repent for what you need to know. And now you need to also not only repent, you got to renew. You got to start renewing your minds. You got to open up your mind to new ideas and new concepts and so on. And then you got to have the power of rejection. You got to reject those things and those people that are not for you, not going where you're trying to go. And then you need to restore your health, restore your credit, restore your resources, okay? And then at that point, you can rejoice. So those are the 5 R's that I really believe in that can really make a difference. That's what this is all about.
In your history of America, this is because I'm seeing, when I'm recruiting, training, and developing people in the multicultural demographic across the country, mm-hmm. There's an audience that will say, Cedric, man, this country's against me, systemically, that I can't get ahead in this country, in this world, blah, 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 blah. What would you say to somebody that would say that?
Well, I would tell them, number one, I'm a little country boy from the backwoods of a town called Minden, Louisiana. You know, we had to plow the fields. We had to get our water from a well. You know, I had to fish. I had to go to the chicken coop. I know about the outhouse, the smokehouse. So there's no excuse. Adversity creates opportunity when you understand your adverse situation that you're in, because sometimes you're poor and you don't know you're poor. All right, till you actually step out of where you're at to start seeing how large this world is, how much the world can actually offer you, and the opportunities that are there that you could take advantage of. You have to learn to diversify. Okay, because you one thing, that's like God giving you one talent, and God give you too many talents to not even take the one. If you don't do nothing with the one, get ready to lose it because somebody else can use it. And you know, we just got to start waking up. But opportunity, you know, anybody can win. You know, I got an insurance business at 18, 19 years old. I grew agents of about 300 agents. I was making $40,000, $50,000 a month. They got me away from corporate America. But you know, I had a leader and I had a coach. You got to be careful who you follow. You got to follow somebody who has done it. Somebody who has what you would love to have. Somebody that can educate you and empower you, but you got to listen. And then when you listen and get the wisdom and knowledge, you got to apply it. Because if you don't apply it, you just wasted that opportunity. All right. So everybody got opportunity to win. So there's nobody can stop you. You know, and then when you're in America today, it's too much opportunity here. But then, you know, you got to discover how wealthy people operate. They operate through trust, irrevocable trust. They know how to defer taxes. I push those taxes forward and use that money. They know how to protect themselves from a divorce. They know how to protect themselves from probate, stuff like that. But see, we don't want to get our business in order. But you know what? This is a call to get your business in order. And you see, your home is a business. Your life is, your body is a business, believe it or not, because all these things and organs got to work together. And if you want to disrupt those, you can. You're going to pay the price. Okay? So life give you what you know, what you accept is going to give you what you fight for. It's just simple as that.
When you're looking at trust, okay, let's get into the trust right quick.
Okay.
When you're looking at, you know, I've got my trust, you know, my revocable, irrevocable trust. Great,
okay.
Just in case something happens to my family, knows where to find my trust and my will and all this stuff.
Gotcha.
But now you guys know.
Right.
But when you're looking at, you know, AB trusts, living trust, revocable, irrevocable trust, talk to us about what your game is in terms of the
Hey, can I say something?
Absolutely.
If you got a trust, why you need a will?
Well, if you got a trust, why you need a will? The only time you would need a will, if you have a trust, you forget to put something in the trust, and the will would be called a pour.
I just heard him say that.
And it will pour over things into the trust, okay?
All
right.
Game
All right.
There you go.
So that's
Okay,
deep.
here we go. Lock and load.
But let me tell you, all trusts are not created equal. There's thousands of different trusts. You know, the trust that I believe in originated out of Fort Worth, Texas back in 1999. It has a spendthrift provision. It's non-grantor. It's irrevocable. It has a complex tax provision. Most trusts don't have a complex tax provision. And it's a discretionary trust. And most of all, it's a common law trust. And basically what I'm telling you is that, you know, you become lawsuit proof and judgment proof. You can minimize or eliminate income taxes. You can put yourself in a position not to need a prenup, this day of divorces and so on. You can put yourself in a position to have some anonymity and privacy. We don't have any privacy. Everybody's business is to know your business. And we got to stop that. All right. And then once again, you know, everybody has an expiration date. All right. So therefore, they're just going to make you end up in probate if you don't have a trust and want to avoid probate. Then you have to worry about estate taxes. You can minimize and eliminate capital gains. No more 1031 exchanges. That's the difference. And when I say all trusts are not created equal, this trust is a powerful tool. Okay. And once again, you want to put your house in a trust. You want to put your business in a trust. You want to put your insurance policy in a trust. You want to put your crypto in a trust. You want to put your intellectual property into a trust. You want to put everything belongs in one place, and it simplifies it now. When you get ready to pass on, and now you can leave on a legacy for generations to come, because this trust can be generational. You're going to have successors that step up and take over. Now, get your medical power of attorneys in place, folks. Get your medical directives in place. What are you waiting on? Why are you not doing these things? Because it's a necessity. And if you love your family, if you love those grandkids that you hadn't met yet, get your business in order. You can come up with every excuse. But let me tell you something, folks. The truth is the truth. And God says that a good man, a woman, leaves an inheritance to their children's children. God says the wealth of the wicked is going to be for the just man. Are you just? Are you good? Are you just? Position yourself if you're not, because there's a wealth transfer taking place right now, and so many of us are about to miss it.
Probably 50 people in their 50s and 60s, early 60s, we're about to be skipped over because the silent generation the baby boomer generation is about to pass on $85 trillion of wealth from one generation to another, skipping, in my opinion, the sexiest generation ever created in history.
Absolutely.
That's why it's called Generation X.
That's right.
Skipping our generation, going to the millennials and I call them the Gen Z TikTok generation. And if they don't put a trust together, Uncle Sam comes in there and scoops up more than his fair share.
Absolutely. You got to have the right tools in place to get the job done, folks. And I'm just going to be honest with you. You don't have the tool of a trust. Once again, you can't build an empire. You can't protect the empire. You can't enjoy the empire. And keep in mind, you cannot own anything. Nelson Rockefeller said the secrets to wealth and success is control everything, but don't own anything. If you ain't got nothing, nobody can't take nothing. But the way you don't, you know, to make it look like you don't have nothing, which, you know, you want control. And control assets through trust. And therefore, you know, you can be a good steward. That's what God said do. And there's a book out called Think and Grow Rich. It don't say work and grow rich. It don't say go to college and get a degree and get rich. It says think and grow rich. We got to start thinking. But then when you think and get the wisdom and knowledge, you got to apply it. And that's what people like Waka is here to do. Help that next generation that's getting ready to receive this wealth, position themselves and teach them how to apply the wealth that we're getting ready to leave. Okay? The wealth that our parents are getting ready to leave. And we got to look out for our parents too, because all of us are going to get old one day. We may have to look at going into a nursing home or a rehab facility. They got this thing called Medicaid, called the Medicaid Recovery Act. They can recover everything that you built just because you got sick. So now you definitely don't have anything to leave to the next generation because your health is your wealth.
Recovery Act.
That's right.
Anybody with Medicaid, you have to be financially destitute to even be on Medicaid. So you got to spend your money down all the way down to be, you know, the nothing.
That's right.
In order for you to Medicaid. And then if you get it and you find out you could have afforded it, that's when the Medicaid Recovery Act comes in.
Yes, it does.
And gets you.
Wipes out all your wealth.
Right.
All right.
When you're looking at, crazy stuff, huh? Crazy stuff. All things you had to learn in personal finance.
Yeah.
The area of having a trust. And so why life insurance? Why do you think the combination of life insurance and trusts should be?
Man, that's a great point. I'm glad you made that. A fool and his money will soon part. And let me tell you something about insurance. We insure our cars. We insure our houses. You know, what that car and house, you know how much that insurance costs? But you know, the least expensive insurance, if you're healthy, it's basically life insurance. You know, when I say life insurance, you got policies now that actually have living benefits that'll pay you 70, 80% of the face amount. Bet y'all didn't know that. You got policies that now you can put money into, borrow against that, still get the rate of return on the full amount, not including the amount that you borrowed, that you can actually call your own bank. You got to understand what a bank does. It controls the flow of currency. You know, I'm a country boy and I fish, you know, I look at the banks control the flow of water. Water to me is currency. You know, currency is nothing but legal tender for goods and services. Stop falling out with people over money because it ain't yours. The Federal Reserve prints that. That's their shit. Okay, it ain't ours. But you can use it and don't abuse it. It can go to work for you. All right, by creating, you know, income producing assets. So insurance, life insurance, you know what I've done? All of my children, you know, grown, they all have life insurance that the trust pays for. All right, why? Because see, that's the way you replenish and help fund the trust. And that's one of the least expensive ways to do it. I'm sorry, we all are going to die. So why die and not have a system in place where people can be smiling at the funeral instead of crying? Right. You think the Rockefellers, when somebody died, they crying? The Kennedy family, somebody's crying. We're gonna miss you. We had a good life, but look at what we're gonna leave behind for the next generation. All right. So now there's nothing to cry about when income is missing. You got to have income replacement. You got to have a system. You got to have a plan. Are you planning to fail? And I don't think failure is an option.
Yeah, every time a wealthy family dies, if they're properly planned, they leave a bag in the family trust.
Absolutely.
So on the way to heaven, they drop off a bag and the family trust is blessed.
No taxes, not subject to lawsuits. Yeah. I mean, and leave a plan of what to do with it. See, once again, I say the fool and his money will soon part. One good thing about the trust that work in conjunction with the insurance is the asset. But the trust is the wisdom and knowledge on what to do with the asset and how to keep everything compounding, like compounding interest, the rule of 72. Y'all better understand how money grows. And when you know, until you find a way to make money work for you while you sleep, you're going to kill yourself. You're going to die working for money until you die. And one thing you don't want to do is outlive your money. That's a terrible situation to be in, folks. And, you know, but insurance is the key. It's the key. And you better get it while you're healthy. See, like me, I got a heart situation now. And I can't get any more insurance. So therefore, I had to go work harder now for income producing assets that are basically, but I'm gifted. I can do that. So many people can't. So the easiest, wisest way right now for you, get you some term insurance, graduate from the term insurance and get you a whole life policy, a universal life policy that can actually, use as make a bank out of it, folks. If you ain't banking, you ain't banking, and you definitely ain't thinking. And a trust bank account, $1.25 million is what those accounts are insured for. Why sell for $250?
Versus FDIC at the bank is $250.
$250. That's right.
So when you're looking at marrying the two, having both work together, you come from a very prominent insurance beginning.
Absolutely.
By the way, I respect that company wholeheartedly. I have stock in that company.
Yeah.
I put money in my pocket.
Yeah.
I did a true story. I was in Atlanta. I was in Duluth. I did a selfie video. I can't mention it now because I used their logo behind me, and so I got a letter from it to take that video down because I'm violating their trademark. Mm-hmm. But I called this insurance company out from the pure fact of we're going to compete in our industry. So I'm just going to compete. Video went viral. And I told him, I said, why do you believe in only one strategy? Mm-hmm. Why do you believe in only one style of policy? Mm-hmm. Right? That's like saying capitalism doesn't work because nothing has to improve.
That's right.
And it doesn't. Things have to be crazy. Imagine today everybody had, instead of having an iTunes app on their phone, everybody still had iPods. Yeah. iPods got phased out because of innovation and technology. That's true. Well, the same thing happens with insurance.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you the history. Art Williams, which owned the A.L. Williams Company, his thing was he started out with buy term and invest the difference. Okay. All you can do is all you can do, and all you can do is enough. Okay. All right. And then Common Sense, too. That's another book that Hubert Humphrey came out with that was his partner. But Art said if I could take one product like McDonald's did, too, one product, mastered that, but that got the attention of the industry now to get more creative and innovative. We used to having this little guy come by the house and collect insurance policies if y'all got any age on you. And, it wasn't that significant. You could really not do anything special with those little policies, but bury a person. But now when Art decided to do what he did, he made a statement in the industry. And Metropolitan Life, Prudential Life, all of them got real innovative and creative and started really not getting up on their game to create these products that we have today. That's awesome. But, but he changed the industry. And it was hardcore for him to do it. I mean, he had to fight to do it, but he did it. And that's his thing. He just say, just do it. There's no excuse. You have to just do it. You can't wait. Wait broke the wagon. You all these excuses that everybody's having, folks, you ain't got no excuse. You look in the mirror, you going to be the excuse. All right. So as soon as you get ready to start excusing yourself and start doing what you need to do and start exploring these insurance policies and respecting the insurance agents that has the wisdom and the knowledge, they're trying to tell you how to become free. But you got to get it. You got to accept it. And you got to be willing to sow the seed because you ain't going to be able to get a harvest if you don't sow the seed. So that's what it's about, bro. So you got to have insurance. You got to have a plan. You got to have a trust. And, folks, I just don't know what else to tell you. But people don't care how much you know until they find out how much you care. And I know you seem to be a guy that has a heart because you built an organization. Therefore, you made a lot of millionaires. Hey, y'all better join the insurance business. If you ain't got no money, you can get some money. If you just get educated and get yourself in a position to learn and follow, you do quite well. I mean, extremely well. So that opportunity is big in the insurance industry. So, man, I get excited talking about this stuff, man. Yeah.
Well, see, when his crusade started, right, he got involved in insurance a bit part-time because he was a high school football championship coach, Macon, Georgia.
Yeah, making $25,000, $30,000 a year.
And then he refs games for money, like $10, $12, $15.
That's right.
And he got recruited into the insurance business.
That's right.
What was that name? Waddell and Reed.
Waddell and Reed.
So he started Waddell and Reed, and then his uncle shows him a buy term invest the difference brochure and says, man, somebody ripped off my daddy, which I totally get. That's the 70s. But in the 80s, E.F. Hutton creates the universal life policy. Uh-huh. So back when Art got started his crusade, there's only whole life and term.
That's right.
That was it. Two major products in the insurance business.
That was it.
Today, 80s, E.F. Hutton creates universal life. 90s, index universal life was created. So there's two more innovations, as to your point, two more innovations of insurance after Art Williams contributed. And by the way, I respect anybody in that company that sells a ton of term insurance. We sell a ton of term insurance. But that's not the only thing that's out there. And the stuff that you're talking about in terms of trust is beyond just term insurance.
Yes, it is.
You have to have a permanent policy because you can't do what you do with that trust you talk about with just term.
Well, I tell people, until you understand how valuable you are, see, right now, somebody was waiting on your kidneys. Somebody would love to have your heart. They want your blood and your bone marrow. You are valuable. When you understand how valuable you are, you insure you first. You valuable to your kids. You valuable to your wife. I mean, it's just common sense to make sure you insure you first. Insure yourself before you insure the house, the car, and all that stuff. It's your fear. All right, your cell phone. So, man, it makes so much sense. But we got to get the wisdom and knowledge to understand what insurance is, how your insurance works, and how it can work for you. And if you realize that, then I promise you're going to get your policies. I promise you're going to start paying attention to your health. I promise you, you once again, your kids, you got to teach them these things. And they're going to respect you now because everything you're working on today, if they know that they're a part of it, if they know that they're going to be the ones to receive this, their attitude's going to change about you. They're going to get on the team with you and they're going to start working with you and giving you some ideas of how you can do it better. And that's what you want to do. And that's what I love about Waka going to the young adults. We have not forgotten you guys. We give them the conference. We charge $99 for young adults, 18 to 23, to get to this conference so he can talk to you, pour into you, and give you a game plan. Yeah. And so you can be around people like you and I, and they admire what we've done. They look at our cars, they look at our houses, all that's nothing but stuff, all right? But we want to make sure you're right. And if we can empower you and let you know that we care about you, we hadn't forgotten about you, that we're going to help you, oh, man, we finna change the world.
I love it. Yeah. We're looking at that stuff. Waka, let me ask you this question. As we'll wrap stuff up because I know you got appointments. You're a busy man. Okay. Talk to somebody out there. I asked him a question earlier. Is there something that a man can do today in America in this day and age, and maybe as compared to maybe 7,500 years ago? Is there anything that a man can do today? Wealth building, wealth creation, wealth transfer in today's day and age, in today's modern era, regardless of who's in the White House. Is there something that a man can achieve today? Because the thing is, the black and brown community were biggest consumers of things in America, but also the worst income earners and worst investors. So we have to turn that around. But is there anything a man can get in their life?
Mindset. If you're the biggest consumer, then you are. You got the most wealth. A broke person can't consume. Right? A lot of people are not broke. They're broken. Yeah. Like some people pass, like it's a difference between like being broken and broke. Being broke is unfixable. It's impossible. Like you're just broken. You can put that shit back together. You could glue it back together. You could let it naturally grow back together. It's mindset. And it's in the black and brown community, we live off revenge.
Like this was?
What?
It's broken.
Yeah, it's broken.
But what can you do with it?
Put tape on it.
Put it back together and the value is right
back
there.
together. And put tape on it.
And it'll spin, won't it?
Right there again.
Well, people the same way. Go ahead.
That's the same thing.
Don't touch my money.
It's just mindset, man. My mind changed. People like, damn, why can you change? Like my mind evolved. I just learned. I'm like, damn, I'm not broke. I'm broken. And I found out what broke me. I'm like, oh shit, I'm tripping. I never was educated in why. Like, for instance, when you become an artist or somebody that gets some money, first thing you do is buy a big-ass house. But you forgot that you got bills, you got yearly taxes, and you got to keep it up.
The maintenance of it all. Yeah.
That's right.
Then you got to got it. Then you got to maintain the house. So before you buy something, you got to know what it costs to maintain it. So before you jump in a career, you got to know what it costs to maintain it. So again, it's just mindset, man. And you got to pick a book up. You got to, man. You like, I'm sorry, man. Y'all got visual books today. It's called YouTube. Like, you got to pick a book up. Like, it's just no way around that shit. It's literally no way around it.
I heard somebody say, if you want to hide somebody from a man, put it in a book. Mm-hmm. Because most men and women,
I'm in these books, man. I'm gonna be honest to you. If I feel lost, if I feel distracted, if I feel weary, I'm picking up a book.
Yeah, absolutely, man. 100%. Be safe, guys. What was your biggest takeaway from this conversation today? And if we put together a conference, would you show up, put it in the comment section below? And by the way, I'm glad you're charging 18-year-olds $99, and it's not for free. Do you know why? Because you don't never value what you don't invest in, what you don't pay for.
Sure, they're going to pay for iTunes anyway. It's just like buying a new shirt. But this is a shirt that's going to stay on your body forever.
Yeah, it's my work for you.
I promise, man, I'm pushing mindset. Like I'm hanging with like you and the said, let me capitalize on what I want to do.
I got one question for you.
Mindset.
Now, we being old school who we are, if you had to give us some advice from a young man's perspective, what would that be?
My advice to y'all is find people my age and build the bridge. Like y'all could do all of it. Don't get it twisted. But why? Why waste the rest of the more of your life trying to fix everybody else's life? Why not bridge it? It's easier when you could just go like this, pass it to each other. It's way easier to get it around, and it lasts longer.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I feel like people that's in their 20s should bridge with somebody in their 30s and 40s.
All right.
And people in their 60s should be bridging with people in their 40s and 30s as well. Like, because sometimes the 50s don't get it. But every decade, you got to bridge with somebody, in my opinion. That's what makes me strong. I always bridge with people. I love bridging with people.
I receive it. I receive it. And we
60s represent here.
Right, okay.
50s represent here. And Waka can't wait to get to 40.
He's on his way. Shit, I'm there in a year. I'm there in a year.
Yeah.
Like, I know where I'm going.
Them Geminis may be turning 40.
Yeah.
Story, right?
Wait, I can't. Oh, my God.
It takes a good Virgo to balance them out, though. You know, we're going to lead them, show them the way.
How long have you been waiting to be 40? You've been waiting for a minute to be 40.
Right, since I've been getting shot at in my teens. I knew I had to outgrow these Negroes. I'm like, see, I'm a different kind of teenager. When I was in the hood and we having like these shootouts and all this crazy lifestyle, I knew then, I'm like, damn, this shit ain't never gonna stop. Because it happened before me. I said, but what would stop if I outgrow these motherfuckers?
Yeah.
Right? Because me killing you, I gotta wait till your little nephew that's 5 years old, 15 years later, 12 years later, grow up and want revenge. Now I might be happy with my kids at a football game. Boom. So I know it never stops. I knew that gang banging. I could have chose a whole nother path in gang banging and rapping, but I didn't. By me just not stopping, because you could never stop doing anything you're doing, but by me not partaking and participating in it. And then when people try to pull me away, I break it down for them. I'll make them feel bad a little. Maybe you don't feel this way, but I do. I love my family enough, and I love my friends enough, and just to be here for them, and not to take away from them. Because me leaving, I know it'll impact and hurt a lot of people, emotionally, mentally, physically, and financially. And to me, that's a selfish act.
Says a lot about you, bro. It says you really, really care, and for a person like you to care, be the one to stand up and make a difference. Man, how do you go out into audience as an entertainer the way you do, and the crowd is all over you? I've never seen an artist do that before. You're the first that I've seen that just don't seem to care. And you just get out there, and the way people come up to you in public, I try to be your bodyguard. I ain't but 5'6", but and 150 pounds, but it's only so much that I can do. I can shoot. But I look at people like you just don't seem to, you just here for the people.
Sure, because, God, if you're ready to meet fate, then that's you.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like with people. I'm not thinking in my mind, like, okay, I'm going to hurt somebody today. But Lord knows I'm going to try to talk my way out of it. But if I know danger, so the most I can do is get away from it. And I know in dangerous situation, I know who I'm going to be. I know what I'm going to do.
And God got you.
Man, what?
Ooh, deep.
Hey, if you want to change your life, change the way you think things, so change the way you see things, so change the way you do things, and change the results that you have in your life. And I pray as you watch this podcast that these gentlemen here provide some insight that can help you start changing the way you think. So therefore, you can be part of the 7-figure squad. Please put your biggest takeaway in the comment section below if you haven't done so already. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you go to their event, and make sure you...
Let me tell you about that event now. You want to go to trustupcommunity.org to get your tickets. Okay, it's going to be at the Hilton here in Dallas at the Galleria. It's going to start on the 27th, the meet and greet. And then on the 28th, we got our attorney's going to be there. Our tax people are going to be there.
March?
Yes, March. That's correct. And so, folks, it's filling up fast. Rooms are like $159. Get to Dallas. Big things are happening. When they say don't mess with Texas, Waka decided to come mess with Texas. And it's going to be a big blessing for him. Now, you got an event coming up too, right?
I do. It's called Cigars, Wealth, and Whiskey, coming up March 20th. It's a smaller group. Where it's about making sure we have the right connections. It's an upscale mastermind networking conference, just not shaking hands. I'm giving a class that day on how to make sure you pick the right partners, because everything in my life has been growth because of leveraging the right partners.
And where's it going to be?
It's going to be at the Apex headquarters right here in Plymouth, Texas.
All right. How many people can we hold?
We can have 200.
200.
Yeah,
All right.
200 people.
Tell you what, y'all better get on it. I'll be there. Okay, I'm going to be there. All right. Okay.
That being said, guys, God bless you guys until we meet again. Continue to live smart, continue to love smart, and be money smart today.
Father.